Hey, I'm Tom McShea. I am here with Jeff Beckham from SEGA, brand manager, and we're playing the HD update of NiGHTS today. So let's just jump into it and show people what's going on.
All right, that sounds great.
So NiGHTS originally came out in 1996 for the SEGA Saturn.
Correct.
It's a platformer. But
Yes.
It doesn't look like a platformer. Do you want to just do the brand new dreams? It doesn't look anything like a platformer because you don't like run and jump.
Right. It maybe transcends the boundaries of genre, you could say.
It totally does. But yeah, this game came out in '96 for the Saturn. It was bundled with an analog stick adapter because it doesn't really work as well with a 2D fight pad that kind of shipped with the system. Mm-hmm. And you can see in a second why, because it's kind of a crazy. It's very different. It's very crazy. It's very unique.
Yeah, at the time it was released, it was actually incredibly revolutionary. It was one of the first games that controlled a flying character via an analog joystick.
Yeah.
So, where that seems normal to us now, at the time it was definitely not.
Yeah, it's the kind of game where you play, because you might look at this and you don't understand why you need an analog stick. It's all about subtle adjustments in your trajectory and your speed and how you're going.
Exactly.
So using a 2D pad, it doesn't work with this.
No, you really need that extra level of control, and
yeah.
I've heard some people even consider this to be a sort of racing game in the sense that it's really time attack, score attack, and you need that extra level of control to be able to get those high scores and links.
Yeah, so for people who are kind of looking at this puzzles,
yeah.
So you're on a 2D plane, and the level automatically, it's 3D and you're swooping and zooming automatically.
Right.
So you're just kind of adjusting up and down.
Basically, yes. I'm on rails, more or less, and the camera angle rotates, so it seems to be 3D, but the graphics are 3D.
And then, as you just showed, you grapple onto enemies, and there's a speed burst.
Yep.
And it's all about finding the sweet, sweet line that gives you the high scores.
Right, so each level is called a dream, and then within each dream, there's 4 different paths that you can take. And right now, I'm on the second path.
Okay.
And so there's essentially a rail for each path that you go by, but you can go up and down, not side to side, but then the camera rotates.
So, this game came out a long time ago, 16 years. I just did math in my head.
That sounds right to me.
So why do you think it is endured in popularity and love for 16 years where everything has changed in the industry? Why do people still really connect with this?
Well, there's a degree of nostalgia. As I said, this game was something really special when it came out, and I believe it really still is at this time. Mm-hmm. And also, it hits a spot that's interesting to everybody. Dreams. I mean, who doesn't wonder why they dream? Why do they have these crazy dreams? One of the main creators, Izuka-san, who's on the Sonic team, he has a lot of comments about why this game is special, and he did a lot of research into dreams before he made this game, and he really believed that people are represented in the dream world in a super version of themselves, and that's kind of what NiGHTS is supposed to represent. And I shouldn't say he, but NiGHTS is an androgynous character purposefully, because when men and women dream, we see ourselves as the same gender.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So really, NiGHTS could be you or me or whoever's playing.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yep.
So there was a sequel for the Wii that came out, 3 years ago, roughly, Journey into Dreams.
Yes, Journey of Dreams.
That game didn't connect quite as well with people, it seemed like. Do you know, what is it about NiGHTS, the original, that was so special that the sequel just couldn't really, latch onto?
I can't really say as far as that goes, but I think maybe it's just that this original game was so revolutionary, so new and cool, and the other maybe felt kind of similar to people, and they didn't appreciate it for the intricacies and the new differences.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's similar to something like Beautiful Joe and Beautiful Joe 2, where it's just when you nail it the first time, there's not much to go with the second one. It's more of the same.
Yeah, there's always higher standards for a sequel, I guess. But I mean, with that said, Journey of Dreams is a great game as well. I recommend that anyone who's got a Wii lying around go up and pick it up.
So SEGA, this is not your first or only HD update. You have some of the Sonic Adventure games. Is this a big strategy going forward to put your classic games on modern hardware?
I wouldn't call it a strategy. It's just more when we see a demand for a game that people keep asking for, we definitely consider it to bring back. It doesn't mean we always will. There's no steadfast rule, but we just believe that we want to deliver fans what they're looking for.
Okay, it seems like a good business plan.
Right.
So of all of Sega's got amazing history. Of all of Sega's history, what is like the one franchise you'd love to see brought back with a sequel or HD update? Something new.
Well, I mean, honestly, my thing was Virtua Fighter. I'm a big fan of that. I was a brand manager on the game, but that's obviously already come out, and that franchise is not exactly dormant. It's still going strong, but
yeah,
I can't say that I have any particular fondness for one over another. I'm just a big fan of everything that Sega's done.
Everything Sega. I think I could choose.
Okay.
I love Toe Jam and Earl. And
really?
I don't like the second one, but I love the first, love the third that most people just kind of forgot about when it came out. And I just was like, this is awesome. This is a 3D update of the original. I'd love to see more Toe Jam and Earl.
I've always found the name of the game to be interesting, but it's I've played it as well and I really like it.
Yeah, so that was, I mean, one of the reasons I love, there's many reasons, is the Sonic Racing franchise, the All-Stars.
Yes.
Is it's like a history of Sega in this like kart format basically, and I just love, like, you know, you see Knights and you see Choo Choo Rocket and you see the Shenmue stuff, and it's everything that I grew up with and I loved.
Yeah. We actually have the new game Transformed coming out for that, and Knights is going to be featured in that game. Yeah. So good little segue there. Seems
a little unfair.
How's that?
Well, he can fly, like all the time. Like he's also got the powers of the dream world. He doesn't have to conform to reality.
Well, he's not a playable character in the game, but he's involved.
He is involved. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a boss fight.
That was a boss fight.
Which is still built all on speed, but it's...
Well, the idea behind these bosses is, you know, when you have a dream, you don't always know exactly what it is that you're dreaming about.
Yes.
And they take that concept into the bosses of this weird amalgamation of these different things you may be thinking about, and they don't make it obvious how you're supposed to beat the boss on purpose because you can't figure out your dreams, so maybe you should figure out the boss.
It's pretty interesting. So I guess...
I can go into another level for you if you'd like here.
Yeah. So how does this work exactly? Because it's like you choose the first level and there's like the branching paths within the level?
Yeah, so I can go to the title screen here really quick. But basically there's two characters in the game.
Yeah.
Elliot, who is the little boy, and then Claris, who is the little girl. And each of them have their own path, as you can see. So right now I'm on Claris's side.
Okay.
And then this is Elliot's side.
Okay.
And they each have 3 levels unique to them that they beat. And then there's a 7th level that they both share when they get a C or higher on the first 3 levels. So when you get into, I shouldn't even be calling them levels, they're dreams, right? They're dreams. And when you go into each dream, there's 4 mares within a dream, like as a nightmare, mare. And so that's what those 4 paths are about.
Okay.
And then when you go in, I'll kind of talk through it as I play a little bit. But basically the goal here is to, hold on a second. The goal is to collect these blue chips. And this thing right here that I'm in is called the idea capture. And when you collect 20 blue chips, you drop them off in that idea capture, and it overflows the idea capture such that the idea ball comes out. And for those listening not familiar with the franchise, you might wonder, what is an idea ball? Well, idea, spelled I-D-E-Y-A, represent the unique characteristics of humans. So there's, I think, purity and wisdom. There's 5 of them total. And you'll see when I collect 20 of these orbs and drop them off, I'll get one of those balls, and then I drop all 4 of them off at the end.
So the yellow and orange rings are for score, and the stars are for score also, or are they for something else?
Correct. So there's 2 aspects to the game, right? There's just simply beating the level, and then there's getting high scores.
Yeah.
So what happened right now is that I bursted the idea capture open, and you see that ball floating next to Knights there, the clear one?
Yep.
Yep. So now I have to drop that off over here, right? But I'm not going to go in there right now because I'm in bonus time. You'll notice that all of those blue chips, blue orbs, they turned yellow, meaning they're worth double points.
Ooh.
And when you see linking on the bottom of the screen there, What that is if you capture a number of items simultaneously, whether it be rings, stars, or the orbs, those all go into a link, and that's how you get high multipliers and get really high scores. So the people that are phenomenal at this game, they can more or less go on an infinite loop around the level and collect all these points.
Oh, wow.
And one thing to mention is this game is supporting online leaderboards, so if you're a big-time Knights fan, fantastic at the game, then you can compare yourself to others.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like that's what's going to really push this above what the original Saturn was, because like visually, the original still holds up.
Sure.
And you can play the original visuals in this game.
Yep.
But like that connection of the online leaderboard, just to compete with your friends, or if you're really good, the best in the world, it just adds so much to a game that's built entirely on score attack.
Yep, and we have trophies and achievements as well.
Do you have stuff tied to like getting all A's or S's, whatever the highest ranking is?
It's tied to a variety of different things.
Okay.
It's a little too complicated to explain. You just kind of got to see it. But yes, you know, beating your first level, I believe, gets you an achievement, for example.
Okay. Yeah, it's a really just mesmerizing game to look at.
It is. It's graphically astounding, to be honest. Think of all the intricacies that go on in the stream world. You're just flying around, but the whole scene itself is the snow falling, all the mountains in the background.
Yeah.
At the time it was released, that was stunning, and to me it's still pretty cool now.
Yeah, just like the variety also helps, because you know the first world, the grass world, and this one was way different from each other, and it's just like looking at the sights in the background while you try to navigate this stuff is really entertaining for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess we should probably, like, what platforms is this coming on, and when's it coming out?
Yep, it's going to be a digital release on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network.
Okay.
And no announcement date has been set at this point, but it's going to be before the end of the year.
Okay. Is there a price point set yet, or
no announcement has been made, but I think everyone will be happy with the price point.
Okay, free. You heard it here first. Yes, I guess that kind of wraps up this quick look at Nights into Dreams, the HD update.
Yeah.
So Jeff Beckham, thank you very much for coming by and showing us a bit of the game.
You got it. Happy to be here.
Yeah.